Simon, someone told me that the Plume $650 board had 1,700 entries. Yep, that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with any of that. I don't have a problem with any of that. It's fine. Let stupid people be stupid. It's totally fine. Like, survival of the fittest. It'll flip for like super high early on because idiots are going to want it thinking it's going to flip for way higher down the line. But then they're going to realize that there's a bajillion shitty hype boards coming in the future instead of something with actual like history and authenticity and effort put into the design. And then the keyboard that they bought off of Mech Market for $3,000 is going to be worth $300. I mean, no IC is understandable from like a really big maker. Like Rama, for example. Rama doesn't need to IC. He just needs to tease. I'm okay with that. Obviously, like, I would prefer an interest check so like people know ahead of time what the board looks like, what the price point is, instead of seeing a picture that's literally like one corner of one edge with like super gritty fucking overlay where I can't even tell if that's a corner or a picture of somebody's dick. Is this the bad keyboard you said last stream? This is a Zeal Zephyr 65, and in my opinion, it is a bad keyboard. Because at its price point and its available options, it's unusable for me. Were V1 inks better than V2? No, inks were never good. The very first batch, which like one person got, were good. After that, they were dog shit. But there is a difference between Rama key called... Yeah, of course. There is a huge difference. That's why I said, I'm okay with no IC from, like, a real maker, but if you're nobody, you should be ICing. What am I drinking today? I had some coffee. I might grab a beer after I finish desoldering. I just don't want to get my sweat all over the PCB. If inks are bad, what switches would you recommend? Near the end of the stream, we're actually going to do some shopping. So after we desolder all of this, we're going to lube a few Holy Pandas, and then we're going to do a shopping spree. We're going to hunt for good price switches that we can buy in large quantities and see what we can do. Do I use a fan filter for the solder? No, I like to breathe it in very deeply. I mean, I have my AC on, so it just blows away. Do I have any hot swap boards? Not anymore. I had one, which was the M60, which I sold for cost. Because I hated it. Not because it was hot swap, but because it was a thick integrated plate. I am not a big fan of very thick plates. They hurt my fingers. And my fingers go ouchie ouchie. So are you trying to fix this bad keyboard? No. Unfortunately, the fix would involve me opening my window and then casually sliding it out the window. And then being like, oopsie, I dropped the keyboard. And it's gone forever. For me, that's the only fix. Is to just not have it. All we're doing is we are rebuilding it with objectively worse switches. I don't know why I was asked to do this build, but we're doing it for the content. Alright, that's another row done. Take a little bit of a break, rest my hands. Does a part of you wish the Pinnacle 65 was real? Yes. I want the Pinnacle 65 to be real, and I want it to be so fucking expensive and so hyped that all the idiots buy it, and then I want it to be run with the shittiest manufacturer, with the worst finishing and the worst quality control. And I want the makers to profit so much off of the stupidity of the people that bought it. And then those stupid people to get cucked so hard that they leave. On Amazon list, it has a different soldering iron on it. Yeah, I just have on my list, I just have like a standard kit. But in terms of an iron, very, very simple for irons. Here's what you need. You need temperature control. Whether it's a knob or digital is totally fine. And you want an on-off button. That's it. You don't need anything fancy. Just fucking grab like a $15 iron. Like, this is like a $14 iron. It's great. It works. I had a $10 iron from like a $15 kit that I used for 4 years for like 150 or 160 different builds. And it worked. You don't need something, you don't need super fancy shit. Didn't Enigma already do that? Yes, but I actually want people that deserve it to benefit from this. TS100 is considered fancy shit to you. Yes, TS100 is way, way, way overkill for literally soldering switches. If you're gonna do surface mount components, if you're gonna do MCUs, you're going to, you know, deal with like really small shit and you're gonna do it professionally, so you need a quick warm-up time, then the TS100, yes, or a Hatco, go for it. But for literally melting a piece of solder into a hole, you just need a normal fucking iron. Like, there's no point. Like, I will buy super, super cheap irons, but like, then I'd use like really nice solder. That's what matters. Any thoughts on the new Enjoy PBT molds? There will be new Enjoy PBT molds. It will not magically fix everything, but hopefully there will be some improvement. As to whether or not that improvement will be worth the egregious Enjoy PBT pricing remains to be seen. Reckon they will fix the issues. Don't reckon too hard. Have I seen the CRP Iceon Geek hack yet? Which one? Round 4? I know about CRP round 3. Is round 4 happening? Is it new molds or is it still 2.2 molds? Alright, let's start here. Let's do this row. I want to get this over with. I've been using for 1.5 years. Yep. Another round, still 2.2? Yeah, then I have no interest. I want better molds. I want better molds. CRP was meant to replace BSP. It is nowhere near as good as BSP, period. That is like 100% objective. They're not there yet. Once they're as good as BSP, I'm down. I'll buy all the fucking sets. Like, if it's good, I'll buy it. What's the best CRP round? Round 3? I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I only care when, like, I know it's gonna be good. What stabilizers do I recommend? Near the end of the stream, I'm going to be buying some switches and some stabilizers on stream. What I recommend is cheap cherry clip-in. Don't buy screw-in because you might get a poorly retooled batch. Clip-ins. Clip-ins are totally fine. If you do exclamation science, there's a big-ass fucking document that compares all the sounds of all the particular parts of keyboards. And in stabilizer sounds, we compared clip-in to screw-in, and realistically, there is no difference whatsoever. What is CRP? It is a keycap profile / manufacturer / molds that was made by Hammer in order to replace BSP, because in 2018, he sold a bunch of key sets, BSP key sets, on mass drop. And those of us that bought BSP key sets because we love BSP got told that, oh no, apparently BSP isn't going to sell us their caps anymore. So they never got permission in the first place to even sell the thing that they were trying to sell. And as a result, 8 months later, after everybody had refunded, he's just like, I'm going to make my own keycap profile. And thus CRP was born. But also keep in mind, even CRP is not proper cherry profile. Like CRP is not proper cherry profile. It's getting really close, but it's not proper cherry profile. Listen, I am a stickler for a proper cherry profile. Enjoy PBT ain't it. CRP ain't it. BSP was the closest because they had the original cherry molds.